Turning Point USA may really have messed up. They made a serious mistake by sending a cease and desist letter to a small YouTuber. The channel is called Wolves in Finance, and it's ran by Zach De Gregorio, who's an accountant, which is very important in the story. After TPUSA sent him the letter for defamation, he says that this letter exposed many more things and gave him new insight as to how the organization is being run. Now, a podcast called Paramount Tactical had this guy on who was a lawyer. He's a constitutional lawyer. He's worked on a lot of big cases. But this idiot aired the letter that was supposedly from the Department of Treasury, has a letterhead of Department of Treasury. I don't think he was supposed to show the whole thing. This letter has been circulating around in mainstream news, but you actually get to see the letter on this podcast, and it makes things much more interesting. It's a letter that's responding to a request from Charlie Kirk. It states that there is no current IRS investigation and that TPUSA's 990 forms were filed on time. Zach says that this letter proves basically nothing. First, since when does the IRS send letters saying they're not currently investigating you? Second, this letter is not from the IRS. It's from the Treasury Secretary. And third, the absence of an IRS probe does not mean that fraud isn't happening, that donors can't sue, and the state attorney general can't press charges. And Zach points to donors' complaints. People are being promised certain merch when they are making donations, and that merch is supposed to be a hat. People are receiving these rubber bracelets instead, which raises questions as far as the fundraising goes, and where all the donor money is going. This is one of so many complaints about this issue. The most serious of allegations and accusations, however, is money between TPUSA nonprofits are being spent. This is straight from Zach's channel. He argues that millions of dollars were transferred from Turning Point USA, which is a 501c3 nonprofit, into another nonprofit, America's Turning Point, which is ran by Tyler Boyer. They are not supposed to be doing any political activity on these nonprofits. This is Tyler Boyer, who runs those two nonprofits. Now, when Erica Kirk is on stage endorsing J.D. Vance, that is considered political activity, which is completely illegal if you're doing it under the nonprofit name, which she was under the Turning Point USA name. Now, the big problem here is that allegedly Tyler Boyer may have been taking, like I said before, money out from Turning Point USA and using that for ballot harvesting, which is a political activity, and it was partisan. It was for the Republican Party. This is illegal. Zach makes a claim that Baker Tilly, which ran an audit on TPUSA back in June of 2025, may have exposed a lot of things to Charlie Kirk that he found out right before his murder, and also how they were doing a Doge effort within Turning Point USA. As of right now, TPUSA has not responded to any of Zach's questions regarding any of this. Zach said it's not about politics. I'm on his side. This is not about politics. This is about doing the right thing. This is about nonprofit law, which it looks like they're clearly breaking. So I will leave it to you. Does this raise red flags for you, or is this all just noise? And if you want to hear the full breakdown, I highly recommend checking out Zach's Wolves in Finance's YouTube channel. That's it for me today. Follow for straight news and breaking stories.